pounce on my Norm Patrol. Wow, you got some real problems with authority, don't you? As soon as I say no, boom, that's the next thing you do. Well, good luck getting through life with that attitude.
People always tell me I need to watch Phineas and Ferb. I mean, this must be some pretty serious stuff, because it's all I freaking hear. I only watch cartoons pre-1950. A few exceptions. We've been over this. And yet the persistent chorus persists. I feel like I'm missing something here. Not because of the game. The game sucks.
You said it.
Well, I guess... I mean, it doesn't suck. It's just like... I'm not sure how many ways there are to say the same thing I've said about countless other licensed games that are pretty much the same thing. I feel like the Krang at this point. This game that is licensed is the same as the other games that are the games that are licensed. Phineas and Ferb, Quest for Cool Stuff. A lot of presumption in that title, wouldn't you say? I mean, if cool stuff is just stuff you give to other people, then yeah, this is the quest for the cool stuff. That is the stuff that is cool. I guess the summer vacation's coming to an end, so Phineas and Ferb want to live it up by collecting stuff for a museum. What a terrible idea. I thought you guys said I was missing something here.
Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. Let's build our own museum with the coolest exhibits ever. But where should we look for cool stuff? The rainforest? Outer space? Under Buford's bed?
So this so-called quest for cool stuff doesn't involve nunchucks. And boom, that's 10 points off the cool stuff scale. Instead, you're gonna be platforming, which is definitely cool stuff, but in this game, it's not as cool as it usually is. It's basic side-scrolling, with an emphasis on basic. You collect the shiny things, stomp on the enemies. This is Platforming 101. It's a beginner's class. For the beginners. Who are the beginners in the class? I'm sorry, it's just that this is kind of boring. So the name of the game is basically Fetch Quest City. You finish the levels, but then you get these little requests from people who want you to go back and replay them to find stuff. So you go back to the earlier stages with the equipment and powers you've earned since then to get the stuff you couldn't get before. And that sounds alright, but again, it's just a lot of fetch quests. These big, empty, boring levels. Now, fortunately, the game plays well, and the controls are sufficient, I guess. The game's mechanics aren't much. You can drill through stuff. Sometimes you get to play these bonus levels. There's this platypus thing. But this is just kind of a weird game, where you're just going into levels, bringing stuff back, and going back in. And the layout and structure of this process isn't exactly intuitive. You're just walking around trying to figure out what to click at first. And for a kid's game, you can't do that. A simple level map's just fine. I mean, I like when developers try to be clever, but don't do it that way. Do it with the gameplay and level design, which this game doesn't do.
Great find!
Now, to be fair, this isn't the worst licensed game in the world. I mean, for a game like this, it's actually not bad. But I feel like I say that all the time. I mean, if there's one thing I've learned from reviewing the sheer amount of games I review, it's that games like this are almost always the same. I mean, how about some creativity? I don't think that's much to ask for poor Phineas and Ferb, which I'm gonna watch one day, I promise.